Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? Happy Wednesday. Happy Cousin Fun Day. Okay, I have so much to tell you guys about. From last night, hanging out with Tanya Jean, to today, hanging out with my cousin Caroline and what we did and what I watched last night. I got so much to tell you guys. But I have stories of my mom and my aunt that Caroline and I were telling today. I just made a cup of coffee. I was like talking so much yesterday about like, can you guys see the steam on the coffee? And I think like one or two people commented, they're like, I can see the steam on the coffee. I don't know why I was so concerned about it. But it is really, now I still don't think you can see the steam on the coffee. But anyway, can you see it now? If I put my phone behind it, can you see the steam? No, you can't. Okay, wait, it has to be all black. Oh, there you can kind of see the steam on the, it is so cold in Indianapolis, you guys. I was going to put my Ugg boots on, but I was like, I just want to be really comfortable, so I still have my sandals on. But I don't have shorts on today. I have jeans on. I have so I wore this hoodie and these jeans with Caroline. I did not wear this coat, though. You know what, I'm actually going to put these inside. I wore my new North Face coat. Caroline was like, you look so cute today. You look so nice. I was like, thank you. Thought I would try to look nice a little bit for my cousin. My cousin Fun Day outing. It was really nice. I got out last night and I got out today and it was so nice. So I have the blanket again because it's so cold out here. You guys, it has been, well, the wind has died down. It was super, super windy earlier. Ooh, that feels nice. I have it all wrapped around my legs. Okay. It was super, oh, I just touched the concrete. Oh my gosh, that is ice. Okay. The dogs don't even want to go out because it's so cold. So it was super windy earlier, and I got up, and it was cold this morning when I took the dogs out and stuff, but when I got up to like, you know, do all this stuff and get them ready and start getting ready for Caroline, I was like, I got up like, I don't know, like 2 hours before she came. She came here at like, she was a little bit later today than usual. She was going to come at 12:15, and then she had something she had to do. So she got here about 1, and so I got up at about 11 or something like that. I like looked at my phone and it said high today was 49, and I was like, are you kidding me? What? We were literally like 80 2 weeks ago. Okay, so the high today, let's see what it is right now. It's actually, it feels, I just took the dogs out before I came out here to vlog, and I was like, it feels a little bit warmer now because the wind has died down. Oh yeah, it says it's 53. So when I left with Caroline, it was like 46 today. It was cold, cold, cold. Okay, and I saw something that said that like Thursday and Friday, it's supposed to get down into the 30s. So let's see if that's true. Okay, tonight, oh my God, it's going to get down. It's going to get down to 38 and 30. Tonight, 8 a.m., 38. It's going to be so cold. 3 a.m., 41. Then 4 a.m., 40. 6 a.m., it's going to get down into the upper 30s tonight. Which if it gets down much lower than that, there's a possibility for, oh my God, tomorrow night, it's going to get down to 35. So we're getting close to like the possibility for snow. So today it said the high was 54, but earlier it said the high was 49. Tomorrow it says the high is 56, sunny skies. 59, 60, 58. Oh, next Tuesday and Wednesday, 58, 54, 53. It's supposed to be partly cloudy and sunny on Halloween. So I mean, for the kids to go trick-or-treating. I hope that's nice. But the 3 days before that, it's supposed to be full-on rain. Cloudy with occasional rain showers. I want to see what's the lowest it's going to get down to. Let's see 30th. Oh, it doesn't do it by hour because it's so far out. Well, I mean, the temperature can... This ad for this game keeps on coming up. Okay, how do I get out of this? Hold on a second. Let me X out of it. Okay. So yeah, I have had such a fantastic 24 hours. Oh my God, it's just been such a fantastic 24 hours. First of all, I am kind of blown away by how much I've gotten done in the last 24 hours. So yesterday, I had like all my videos like done and most of them up and stuff like that, I think by the time that I vlogged. And then I got done vlogging and I took a shower. And last night to the meeting, I just wore jeans, and then I wore my leather clogs, and I wore the Stevie Nicks t-shirt, and I wore my new black Cotopaxi coat last night, and this hat is what I wore, real casual to go with Tanya. So anyway, Alex took me over to Tanya's house. I got over there, I think it was like it just like yesterday, everything just seemed to kind of like work out exactly how it was supposed to, you know? It just was a great day. And today was everything today seemed like it just, you know, I don't know, just have those days where I physically, I feel really, really good. Even though yet another day where I didn't get a lot of sleep, I feel very rested. I did take a nap last night though, a short nap. And I will be taking a nap tonight, definitely. I want to walk, because I didn't get a walk last night, obviously, because I was with Tanya Jean. So I want to walk tonight, but it's super, super cold. So I'm going to have to bundle up if I walk. I've got to finish this Frida McFadden book so that I can get on the Thursday Murder Club books. I might have to make the announcement for the cozy mystery book club. I might have to make it like the first or second week of November, because I'm a little bit behind on the Thursday Murder Club books. I'm a lot behind. But anyway, cheers to being behind yet again. I take on too many projects. So yesterday, with my vlog, I think I filmed like 5 or 6 videos. The vlog it was like uploading as I was gone, but then I like filmed like 4 or 5 other videos and had them all like up when I left. I was like, back in the day, I'd be like rushing around. I'd be like, oh my God, I'm not gonna have this video up in time, you know, whatever, to go to a meeting with Tanya. It was like everything just worked out fine yesterday. Took a shower, got dressed. And I don't wear the Creed as much as I used to. And Alex was like, you smell so good. Tanya was like, you smell so good. I was like, I need to wear this Creed more often. So anyway, got to Tanya's. We just got laughing so hard. I mean, I just love her so much. You know, to just have a best friend for 29 years, you know. Well, 28 years going on 29 years. It's just crazy. It's just crazy love, you know. And I don't know, just, you know, she pulled up, or Alex pulled up last night. She was getting into her car because she was like, text me right before you get here. So I did, and then her and Alex were talking, and she had like this camouflage hoodie on. And he was like, I love your hoodie. And she's like, thanks. And she was telling him what website. She's always got the cutest clothes. And so I got in the car, and then, so we had like an hour until we got to our meeting. And we hadn't gone to our home group meeting in a while. So, because like I said yesterday, there's always like something going on. Like she's either out of town or she has to work, or anyway, it's like raining or whatever. And I told her, it was so funny because I said, because it was beautiful yesterday evening. And I said, she was like, at one point she was like, when we were driving over there, she was like, isn't it just like such a beautiful fall evening? And it was just such a beautiful fall evening last night. And so, I was like, I was worried that we were going to have to cancel again today. She doesn't love driving at night or in the rain. So sometimes like if it's raining, she'll go by the house and she'll have Eric like, you know, drive us home. And then, so anyway, but it didn't rain last. It rained for like 2 seconds. It was just like a little like, and I said, she goes, do you think I should? I said, I think it's going to pass. And she's like, yeah, I think it's going to pass too. So anyway, so I was telling her, I was like, I thought that we were going to have to cancel because it was like raining really heavy. She goes, I kind of thought so too, but I was holding out. So anyway, she was like, where do you want to get a fountain pop? Do you want to go to Miriam's? Y'all know I love that Miriam's place. Okay. And it's on the way to our meeting. So I was like, oh, let's go to Miriam's. So we went to Miriam's last night. I got my large espresso tonic. And the girl that works in there, we were there her very first day. And so whenever Tanya and I go in there, she always remembers us. And so she was like, oh my God, I love you guys. Because she was like so worried. She had to like call the owner on the phone because she didn't know how to like work something when we were in there. And she was like, I'm so sorry, you guys. We're like, no, like you're doing great. She was like, it's my first day. She's so sweet. And so she was talking to us. Tanya got decaf, vanilla, latte, extra, I don't know. She gets some crazy order. But anyway, we were looking at everything in there. So when we got done there, we drove to our meeting. We actually got to our meeting like 20 minutes early. So I was like, do you want to go? There was like no cars in the parking lot. There was like one car in the parking lot. I was like, do you want to go in? She's like, no, let's just sit out here in the parking lot and talk. So we sat outside and talked for a little bit. Then we started seeing some of our friends show up. Actually, the meeting last night was pretty empty. I mean, there was like, in our meeting there was, so we all split up into smaller groups. Our meeting, and I usually like, so we count off like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. If it's large, we count off into 4s, and then there's a beginner group. But we usually count off into 3s. And so there's 3 groups in the beginners group. And the beginners group is like for people that haven't worked steps 1, 2, and 3. So I always go in wherever Tanya goes, whatever number she is, so that way if she gets done like 20 minutes before me and she wants to leave, we can leave together. So in our group, I think I was a 1 last night and she was a 2. 1, 2, 3, 1. Yeah, I was a 2. I was a 2. Or maybe she was, no, she was a 2 because I went in with her and I was a 1 last night. I was sitting behind her as the meeting started. So when the meeting starts, we all sit like, you know, the chairperson sits in front, we're all sitting, and then like they go through everything, give out the coins and stuff like that. And then they count off into 3s. So anyway, so in our group there was, Tanya was next to me, Tanya. There was 7 people in our group. It was a small group last night. So, I mean, there should have only been 6 in there, so there was like 18. I don't think there was even 20 people at the meeting last night. And they were saying that, so the group that we go to, our home group, it's like a lot of people that like are older and have long-term sobriety. And so at this time of year, a lot of them go to like their winter homes, like in Florida and Arizona and stuff like that. So anyway, so I'm like in my head thinking, Alex told me last night he might have a conference in February in Scottsdale. So he was like, I thought it would be a perfect time. Like, you can just go with me and then you can go visit Mel. And I was like, oh my God, I haven't even told Mel yet. Because he was like, I got to look at the dates. He's like, don't say anything. But today, then he was like, well, I think it's gonna happen. So you should talk to Mel and see if like those dates and whatever. So he like, anyway, so I got to talk to Mel about that. I'll text her as soon as I get off here. She'll be like, are you coming to Arizona? Somebody said you're coming to Arizona. But anyway, so that might be February. So I got to run the dates by her and see. But I'll probably just go out there with him anyway. And then just like, we'll go out to dinner with her or something like that or whatever. I mean, we'll probably stay. I think the conference is at a hotel, so we'll probably stay there and just like hang out with Mel during the day or something like that. We'll just see. But she probably has to work that week anyway. So it'll be at night. We would like do something or whatever. But anyway, maybe. We'll have to see. We have no other trips planned. He was like making a list last night. We were laying in bed and I go, what are you doing? He goes, I'm making a list of our 2026 trips. Okay, so I will tell you this right now, because I know people will be like, oh, New Year's, they're going to like, all of a sudden be like, we're in Mexico. We're not going to Mexico for New Year's this year. We really, really wanted to, but we're like, there's like some other trips that we really want to take. And so we're like, Mexico for New Year's is an expensive trip. We love doing it. But we're like, okay, if we have to like let go of one trip this year, I was like, well, we didn't do it last year because we went to the wedding. And he's like, yeah, I totally agree. So we don't even really know what we're doing for New Year's this year. If it were up to me, I would just totally stay here and watch movies, but he'll want to do something. So I don't know. I mean, we might go somewhere. It just might be like for 2 days or something like that. I mean, we're not going to go to Mexico for 2 days. I mean, if all of a sudden I come into $1 million and forget that and we'll be in Mexico for New Year's, but I don't think that's going to happen between now and then. So anyway, I said, you know, well, his mom, I think, is going to be gone during then because she's the world traveler now. But I said, you know, we could just like do something with family or something that night too. So we haven't really figured out, we haven't talked about, I mean, we're not even to like Halloween yet. So anyway, we have no trips planned. Literally. I mean, we have no, I'm not like joking about that. It's not like tomorrow we're going to be like, hey, we're in Florida. We literally have no trips planned. It's kind of sad. So anyway, he was making a list of all these trips. He was like, so a birthday trip for you, birthday trip for me. I was like, okay, our birthdays are a week apart. I mean, we're definitely probably going to do Ultra Music Festival next year. So that's like, that's kind of a definite. But anyway, we haven't bought our tickets or anything for it yet. But we are getting the door done, the fireplace. Caroline said something about, are you going to get your fireplace fixed? I said, Caroline, I got it fixed. Remember, I got the number from you. And she was like, oh, you got it. They came out. I said, I told you all about this, Caroline. And then I forgot to get a fire starter log. So I'm going to have to Alex take me to get fire starter logs. I still haven't, can you believe it? I got the fireplace. This is why I could care less about getting the fireplace fixed. And then last night, Tanya, you know what she said to me? Tanya literally has fires like, from like September, probably late August, okay, all the way to like March or April, she has fires in the fireplace. You know what she told me she got for a fireplace? She was like, I'm gonna get you one. And I was like, do you really use it? She goes, well, you can take it out and you can like put like wood in there. She's like, so I do a little bit of both. I'm like, yeah, but then each time you have to sweep out the fireplace. She just got this thing, okay? It's like one of those things that you like plug in and it looks like, I go, girl, no. She just started laughing. But anyway, so we went to Miriam's last night. I already talked about this. We went to Miriam's last night. She got her vanilla caramel decaf latte. We said to the girl like 4 times, we were like, decaf. Because she kept on like, you know, making it, it's all, you know, ground, like they make it from coffee beans into grounds and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, that's decaf, right? Because like, Tanya doesn't like to drink like caffeine past like a certain, you know, at night or whatever. And she knew she wanted to get a fountain pop on the way home. So we get to the meeting. Oh, I was talking about the meeting. Yeah, the meeting was like really, really small. And there was like only 7 people in our group. By the time that we got out, we actually went late. So each of the groups, we separate like group 1 stays, it's in a church gym is where it's at. So it's like in this like church gym youth area where they have like youth groups and stuff like that. So group 1 stays in the gym. It's huge. It's just huge. I mean, imagine like a basketball court. That's what it is. There's literally basketball courts in there. So group 1 stays in there. One of the reasons why we started moving to different rooms is because it echoes so much. So when like 3 groups are talking at the same time, 4 groups, 5 sometimes with the beginners group, it's like 5 people. It's like you can't even hear in there. So then group 1 stays in there. Group 2, group 3, and the beginners all go to separate rooms that have closed doors. So we were in closed doors. When we came out, the chairperson was like, she was like, oh, I didn't know if you guys were still in there. She was like, I was getting ready to turn off the lights. And so we got out of there really quick. We were talking to some friends of ours and stuff. But there, to be honest with you, there was like 3 or 4 new people that I met last night that I didn't really know. It was kind of a small group. It was nice, honestly. Like, you know, we got to see some friends of ours. One of our friends, like, he and his wife just had a baby like a year ago. 10 months ago, so he was showing us pictures of that, and got to talk to some of our other friends. It was nice. It was just really, it was relaxed last night. It was good. My neighbor's getting his mail across the street. Let's see if he turns and says something. What are you doing? You better get a coat on. It's cold out here. Have you had dinner yet? No. You better eat. I'm getting hungry. I like to walk and then go eat, is what I like to do. Because then I don't, you know, then if I eat something, I haven't really been like, I kept some chocolate around the house, and I like, if I like have the bag of chocolate, oh my God, some of this if I have the bag of chocolate in front of me, like, it's bad news. It's like, I only can eat like 5 or 6 of them in a row. So I try to go in the pantry and just get like 1 or 2 chocolates at a time. Oh, I thought he was starting up his car. He was closing the garage door. Did I get the mail? Yeah, I got the mail already. So then after the meeting, Tanya was like, is there anywhere that you need to go? And I said, no, because I'm running around with Caroline tomorrow. I said, plus I don't really have a lot of stuff to get anyway. And so then she was like, okay, she was like, well, I want to stop this gas station that we always stop at. And she likes it, the guy that works in there, she's like known him forever, so she always likes to talk to him. This is the life of Tanya, Jean, and I, okay? We know like everybody that works at every gas station. He's definitely more friendly to her than I think he has a crush on her. So she's like, I want to go say hi to my friend. So we always stop at this gas station in Noblesville, like off the square. Noblesville, if you've never been to it, it's real small. It's like literally has a square, like with a, you know, town square on it and all kind of stuff. Like, it's real small town. Anyway, I mean, it isn't anymore. Like, they have huge, like, it's a suburb. It's a huge suburb of Indianapolis. But downtown Noblesville is like real small. Like, it has like square and little stores and restaurants. It's real cute. It's real cute. So anyway, and that's where our home group meeting is. So it's in Noblesville. So anyway, it's also, I feel like this is going, see, it's starting to get dark, which is why, do you guys remember when it gets dark out here, it like goes out of focus a lot? Which is also really close to the jail and the work release center, which is why so many people at our home group meeting are in work release. I feel like I have known so many people through the years on work release and that are on paper and stuff like that. Tree is so pretty. But anyway, it was just such a good time. And like after the meeting, Tanya and I, we talk a lot about recovery. We'll just like stuff that comes up in the meeting will like be like more like, not stuff that comes in the meeting, but like if we're talking about like fear, resentment, anger, things like that. And so we'll like kind of just like tell stories, you know, and whatever. We got laughing so hard on the way home. We were talking about something to do from the past. I can't even remember what it was. But then we went to the gas station. She got I wanted a fountain pop, but I was like, I don't want too much caffeine because I want to take a nap when I get home. I knew I wanted to take a nap, no matter like how short it was. So I got actually a root beer, because root beer doesn't have caffeine. That was really good. So Tanya got her fountain pop, and then we got out of there, and then she drove me home. And there was something that we were talking about on the way home that I wanted to... What were we talking about on the way home? We got laughing so hard about it. I don't know, it'll probably come to me later. But anyway, then I got home, And so while I was gone, Alex sent me, because I was asking like how the dogs were doing and stuff like that. Alex was sending me videos, and this today I was asking him if he wanted any. He loves these little chocolate chip cookies from Costco. I said, "Do you want any chocolate chip cookies?" He was like, "No." And then he sent me this video last night where he took them on a walk. So he took them on a walk down the street. He sent me that. And then he goes, do they always fall asleep like right after? I go, oh, I take them outside, and after they take on a walk, I was like, they fall right asleep. And he's like, I couldn't even get their harnesses off. So there was Otis asleep. And then look at they were both asleep in their harnesses, like right after Alex brought them inside. So anyway, I was like, yeah, like they crash out after dinner, and then you take them outside and do all that stuff. They like crash out. So I came home, and when I came home, they were asleep on the beds, and Alex was watching something. I don't even remember what he was watching. He ended up going upstairs and watching The Good Fight, which I guess he said he was on season 2 and there's 6 or something like that. Anyway, so I took them out again, and I'm like real worried that like during a nap they'll like pee or something like that. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna take them out again. They were super, super tired. And then when I came in, I posted my vlog. I think I got home I think it was real close to 10 when I got home. Anyway, so I came home and did all that, and then took them outside, and then I posted the vlog. And then after I got done posting the vlog, I was hungry, so I heated up some stuff that I had in the fridge, and I ate. And while I ate, what did I watch last night? Why do I not remember? Oh, I know. I started Dragula. And I was so excited, because I was like, oh my god, I've totally forgot that Dragula was on last night. So I started Dragula. I got so tired, and I was like, okay, this will be really fun, because then when I get up, I've got Dragula to watch. It'll be like late at night. I'll read my 31st Trick or Treater. Yesterday I did my update on my BookTube channel, because the book is getting so dumb. If you are reading it, I mean, it's like, Nikki and I were talking about it. She's the only person I know that's like reading it. You know, the hairdresser, she's got on a bright green sweatshirt, and her hair is like literally like magenta pink. It's like so, her hair is so pretty. It's like every time she walks by her, it's a different color. That's a lot of work to keep that up. That's a lot of work. She's got to be a hairstylist. She's always got like her AirPods in, and she's always like walking, listening to something. I can hear it actually when she walks by. I would love to ask her if she's a hairstylist, because her hair is always some really beautiful bright color. Anyway, what was I gonna say? So I watched Dragula. I was really, really excited to get up and read the 31st Trick or Treater, and then I was like, I'm gonna watch Dragula right away, and then I gotta get caught up in some of my other shows. Well, I got up, and I totally forgot that I had even started Dragula earlier. So if you watch the show, it's very much like RuPaul's Drag Race, kind of like they're told what their like challenge is gonna be, and then there's a lot of drama, and they fight a lot, and then they start getting ready. So right when they started getting ready was when I stopped watching it, and I went upstairs and I laid down. And I set my alarm. So it was like 10:30 to 12 is when I like set my alarm for. I didn't really ever kind of like fully fall asleep, and I ended up waking up at like 11:45, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna get up. So I got up, took the dogs out again. They actually were like last night, they were kind of rowdy a little bit last night. I don't know if it was because they like had a walk earlier, and then they so we're trying to like do like walks now. Like, okay, this week we've started doing like walks down the street and stuff like that. So and there Alex said he didn't have any problem with Otis. Otis will walk, but like every probably like 5 or 10 feet, he just kind of stops, and like sometimes he'll sit down, and sometimes he just stops and like looks at me like he doesn't really understand what we're doing. Walter completely gets it. Walter like will walk on the leash with the harness, like he gets it. So anyway, I don't know if it's because they had their walk earlier and they kind of like napped a lot while I was like gone or something, but they were pretty rowdy last night. I mean, till like 3:30, they were pretty rowdy. I mean, running around and all this kind of stuff. I took them out like 4 or 5 times. I mean, like every 45 minutes I took them out, and they were pretty rowdy. So I got up and lit the candle. So there's like 2 candles that I light now in the kitchen. Lit the candles and made a cup of coffee, and then I Read the 31st Trick or Treater. I had started reading I think I read like a page or two earlier. It wasn't a super long chapter. It's corny. Okay, like the thing is this, Nikki and I were talking about this earlier. Like, it's fun to read because it's like you're counting down to Halloween. I love Halloween. It's really fun to do that. But the book is not good. Like, honest to God, if I was like, I think I said this the other day, if I was like binge reading this book or reading like not a chapter a day, I probably would have DNF'd it, which means do not finish. I probably would have stopped reading it already. The book is not good. It's just, and somebody said, it was interesting because I did this video on my booktube channel yesterday talking about kind of like my thoughts so far on it. And somebody said that they thought it felt like it was AI like generated or written, and that's why it was so bad. And I was kind of like, I kind of wonder, like if it wasn't something like that, I don't know. It's gotten so weird at this point. The thing is that like the original idea for the book is really a good idea. Like it could have been really, really scary. This is where it's like, when it gets way off into stuff, these kidnapped kids are now like, they're out in the pink mist. And I'm just like, you've lost me at this point. I'm just kind of like over it. I mean, I'm literally just reading it now to find out what happens and to see if Mary ever comes home. I mean, I'm just kind of done with it at this point. So anyway, so I read that, and then I read some other stuff, and then, I read some other stuff, and then I totally forgot about Dragula. What did I watch first last night? Okay. Did I finish Shetland the night before? Hold on a second. Watch TV shows. What did I finish last night? No, it was the night before I finished Shetland. What did I watch first last night? Did I watch a movie? Why don't I remember? Oh, I got on the computer. I was so proud of myself. I looked at like candles, clothes, and I didn't buy one thing. I was so proud of myself. I was looking at all this kind of stuff. So I didn't actually start reading until like 1:30, and then hello, how are you?
It's cold out.
I know, you better stay warm.
Yeah,
It's good to see you.
you too.
That's the landscaping manager. She's my friend now. When she walked by, she purposely looked right over here at me. I was like, what was I gonna say? Okay, I know everybody keeps on asking about the HOA drama. Like a couple people do, not everybody. Keeps on asking about the HOA drama. They're like, now that it's gone by, you can tell it. It's not conclusive yet. That's all I can say about it. The election has come and gone and happened, but I can't say. Well, that part of it is that they wanted new people on the board, okay? That they wanted, like, everybody was really, I don't really understand what happened. They were wanting, like, so the board is like 6 positions, and it's kind of like, other than, like 3 people step down, but 3 people, so they change the positions every 2 years. I don't really know how it works. Anyway, I think like the term of a position is 2 years, okay? But then like, if you're on the board, you can just say, like, let's say if you run for your secretary, then after your 2 years is up, you can run for treasurer. Does that make sense? And then you kind of go through all the positions. Well, that would be 12 years, okay? Or if you take 2 years off or whatever. But then, like, you can't hold the same position longer than that, supposedly. Even though some people do. But anyway, but then if, like, past presidents show up to the meeting, and they're seen as, like, alumni presidents that, like, it's called, like, they inform and direct or something. I don't really understand it. But what happens is, okay, there's a group of, like, 6 that, like, since I've been here, I'd say, like, there's a core 4 or 3 that have just moved positions, okay? Or maybe not, maybe in the last 10 years, they've just kind of moved positions. Maybe the terms are only a year. I think they're maybe just a year. I don't know. I think the HOA president's 2 years, and some of the other positions are like a year. My neighbor, pool crew lady number 1, she was a treasurer, and her position was, I think it was 2 years. So I think 3 of the positions are 2 years, and 3 of the positions are 1 year or something. I don't know how it all rotates. But like, Anyway, so like they'll sit out a term, okay, but it's not just like, I mean, I've said before it's like the same 6 people, but it's probably more of like a group. The camera stopped. It's probably more of a group of like, I would say like 12 to 15 people in the neighborhood, okay, that over the course of like 15 years have really wanted like all the votes go in a certain direction of like changes in the neighborhood, what they care about, things like that, okay? One of the big issues this year is that the HOA fees are going back up, and people are really, really pissed about it because the HOA fees have gone up every year for like the last 5 years, okay? Well, the reasoning behind why the HOA fees are going up, that's part of what I can't talk about on here, is that, but it's going up a lot. It's like, I didn't even know it. Apparently it was in this letter that we got, like, and it was like hidden in there in the budget, but apparently it's, I don't know that that's confirmed, but it's like, I know it's going up, but I don't know the amount's confirmed, but they're saying, some people have told me it's like $25 or $30. Well, people are pissed about it. I mean, that's a lot of money. I mean, it's a lot of money in a year to go up that much for really not anything new. And so, before I even get into this, when people are like, well, they're mismanaging your money and blah, blah, blah. No, it's not that. Like, it's very, like, they put out exactly what every cent is spent on. But it has a lot to do with, like, insurance in the neighborhood and things like that. So anyway, but, like, when I talk about the pool, okay, the pool budget is, like, very small amount of that, okay? Like, in all honesty, to like maintain the pool for the summer, I could pay that out of my own pocket. It's like such a small part of our HOA fees. So like when I'm complaining about the pool, that's part of what pisses me off, is that it's like such a small part of our budget. Like landscaping, snow removal, those are huge things, okay? Like security in the neighborhood, like the tree pruning, those are big things. The lake maintenance, just the maintenance on the neighborhood in general, like the maintenance of the gates and things like that. All of that is like a lot of, like the insurance. Like I didn't even realize until I like went through the budget that the insurance on like the neighborhood and liability insurance, all like that's a huge part of like what our HOA fees go towards. So it's not just like the maintenance of the pool, like that's not, and that's a very, very small part of it. Plus they pay for like all of our trash removal, like the garbage is paid from it, like water, sewer, that's all paid through our HOA fees. So we don't pay any of that individually. So that's all paid through our HOA fees. All the exterior, like our condos getting painted, like every year they do 7 or 8 condos. They replace the roofs and paint all of them. And every year it's like, so we're on like a 7-year rotation. So that's why the condos all look pretty new on the outside, is because they keep it up. Well, that's all taken out of the, I mean, we don't pay anything. Like when we had our condos painted and the roofs redone this summer, I mean, we didn't pay any of that. Like, so anyway, so the more stuff, because the community is getting older, I think it started in 1980, like there's more repairs that need to get done and they want to keep it up. So I'm not like, to be honest with you, too bent out of shape about the HOA fees. I mean, $20 is, I mean, yeah, it's a lot when you look at, they're all like talking about how you look at it over a year. Well, sure, if you look at it over a year, but $20 extra for a month, I mean, to maintain the, I mean, the neighborhood is nice. But anyway, so, but it's like, I'm just using that as an issue, okay, is that the people, like, let's just say there's like 10 to 15 people in the neighborhood, okay, that really feel like, and they're not the people that I know. They're not like the people that, I do know some of them. I don't really, to be honest with you, have any issues with anybody in the neighborhood. I just don't. But like, because I know sitting here on my front porch and talking about the HOA drama and stuff like that, it sounds like I get into it, but that kind of stuff I really don't at all. I'm just like, tell me like what we're supposed to do. Like I just, like talking about the pickleball courts and the fishing and stuff like that, that's just kind of like funny when people are walking by, but like I really don't get into all that. I just don't. Like people tell me stuff. Actually, Laura gets more into it than I do. Like she'll tell me stuff and I'll be like, I don't even know how you know that. She's like, well, I was talking to so-and-so when I was walking and whatever. I'm like, oh, okay. So anyway, so if there's like 10 to 12 people in here, and like of those 10 to 12 or 10 to 15, let's say, 2 of them might be husband and wife, okay? So it's not like 10 to 15 different condos. Like it might be just 5 or 6 different households in this neighborhood. But like they, over the course of like all these years, they've just kind of like rotated through the positions. I know it sounds like a conspiracy, it's not, okay? But like one of them will be like, oh, well, I'm like on sabbatical, so I'll take the next 2 years off, like because I just want to travel or something. But then when they come back, they get back on the board, right? So it's been like for 10 or 15 years, basically the same people that have controlled every decision in this neighborhood. So when it comes to something like my neighbor getting her 3-season room, or there's like this one of the big issues was this woman's backyard going down to the lake. Okay, that was like this big issue that came up. Anyway. So they're kind of just very much like set in their ways, like no, 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 unless it affects those same 5 or 6 people. And then if they want something, then they just throw it through the board. So the move this year was that everybody wanted an entirely new board, or I should say everybody that I talked to, which is probably 10 people, wanted, I mean, every person I would talk to, you're like, we've got to vote for all new people. We've got to vote for all new people. So I was like, okay, honest to God, I thought it would happen. I thought it would be an entirely new board, because there were enough people that were running. There was 3 or 4 new people. I mean, it wasn't going to be an entirely new board, but I thought it'd be out of the 6, I thought it'd be 4 out of 6 new people. 4 would be new, because there was 4 or 5 new people that were running. Well, none of those new people got voted in. I think maybe one of them got voted in, but none of the other ones. I think there was 4 that didn't and 1 that got in. It might have been my chocolate beer lady that got voted in, but none of the other ones got voted in. And so the other 5 are the same people that have always been on there. Well, there was enough people that were upset about it. To be honest with you, I don't think a lot of people turned in their ballots. I don't know. I don't know what happened. But now people are real upset about that because they're like, oh my God, it's just this person, that person, blah, 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 whatever. And it's going to be the same thing. This is the thing that I made a lot of videos talking about the HOA drama. The HOA drama that I like to talk about, okay, is drama at the pickleball court, or when are they going to close and open. The stuff that I think, to be honest with you, is stuff that I gossip about with my neighbors. It's kind of funny gossip. It probably seems, if you're watching my videos, the HOA is in everything that we do. They really aren't. I mean, other than when the pool's closing, which, by the way, the pool, it closed on September 1st, as of October 22nd, still has the ladders in it, okay? The water is still high in it, and it's now there's all kinds of leaves and mess in it. The area around it hasn't been maintained at all. Literally, all they did was put up the furniture in the bathroom area, that they stacked it all in there, and they put a chain around it. The pool company hasn't even come out there and officially closed the pool for the winter. Whenever I say that, there's always people that are and I know that there's some of you that work in pool companies out there, and you've told me, and I appreciate it. People are that they keep the water in there all year long. They put a tarp over it, okay? They haven't come out here and officially closed it. They had to close it on September 1st. I'm just a little pissed about it because Laura and I have talked about, there was a good 3 weeks in September that it was 80 to 90 degrees that we could have used the pool. We have a surplus of chemicals in that building down there that is all locked up. The volunteers, the pool company only came out once a month. The volunteers were the ones that checked the water and put the chemicals in the pool. So it was because and the volunteers, most of them were people that used the pool, except for 2 people. So I don't well, that's not true. I think only 2 people that used the pool were volunteers. The rest of them didn't use the pool. So maybe that's why they just didn't want to do it anymore. I don't know. I think it had something to do with the board. And they're no, we're just going to shut it down September 1st. But we could have used it further. And it wouldn't have cost us anything. Because what they said before was, to recontract with the pool company, it's $600 for every 2 weeks. Do you remember I talked about this a couple years ago? And I said something to Caroline, and Caroline, I was that can't be true. And Caroline's no, it's true of our neighborhood too. She was because Caroline has an HOA, but a condo homeowners association is a lot different than if you live in a neighborhood with houses. Sometimes people get confused. Caroline has an HOA in her neighborhood. She's president of it for years. Caroline has an HOA in her neighborhood, but her fees are not monthly. They're yearly, and they're $60 a year or something. And they don't pay for the lawn. They don't pay for they pay for the pool maintenance, and then they all put Santa Claus hats on the mailboxes or something. It's that kind of, and they'll have rules, bylaws, you can't build a fence this high or do that. But in a condo neighborhood, it's completely different because it's a community. And so the HOA does do a lot. But when I joke about the HOA, if you don't take care of your walkway, she'd walk by and be well, what are we going to do about it? She's done that to me before, right? Well, she loves me now, so we don't have that issue. And Laura and I both take care of our walkways in our yard now. But they really, to be honest with you, the HOA is really not, in it that much. At all. They really aren't. And honestly, if I'm not, I just cross my legs and my foot is on the cement and it's so cold. Unless, I'm at the pool in the summer. In the winter. Which is why, I talk about the pool opening, I'm going to hear all the HOA drama, which this year I didn't really hear a lot of it. I was kind of hoping I would hear more. But, in the winter, half my neighborhood is gone traveling anyway. They either travel or they have summer, winter homes or whatever you call them. And then what do you call them, like snowbirds or something like that. Like they go away for like a lot of they go away, they come back, they go away, they come back. But like half the neighborhood does that, like honest to God. And then, what are you,
Cold.
you're cold?
Just a little.
Look, I got my winter blanket out here.
Just for you.
You got your hat on and everything.
Oh, yeah, I'm ready.
We were walking down, or Alex and I were driving out, and the back gate wasn't working, and so we had to drive out the front gate. And she was walking by, and I was like, oh, and I said her dog's name. And he goes, how do you know every dog in the neighborhood? I said, well, they all walk by the front yard, and I talk to them. And I said, and I walk all through the neighborhood, so I see everybody. He's like, you know every dog's name in this neighborhood. I was like, I know. So anyway, yeah, but like the HOA isn't like really, like every once in a while they'll put a notice out about something, like, and half the people are just like, whatever, anyway. But I don't hear a lot of it in the winter because a lot of people go away, you know, like for the winter, and they don't come back till like April, maybe end of March, April. Laura just left to go somewhere. So, yeah, so anyway, so you don't, like, the HOA drama, you don't really, where am I at on time? Oh, I can see it just went to 11 minutes. So where am I at? 30 minutes and 11 minutes, 41. I got my glasses on. Can't do math. Anyway, that should be my thumbnail. Can't do math. So anyway, then, so last night with watching shows. So what did I do? So I started late, and then I was like, okay, I gotta get caught up on my shows because it's like every week a new episode's coming out. So I got caught up on Matlock last night. I watched both episodes of Matlock. Okay, here's the thing with Matlock. I love Matlock. Oh my God, Kathy Bates as Matlock. I love her as Maddie Matlock. I love the show. The show makes me very, very nervous. So if you don't know the backstory to the show, it's about this woman, and she's a retired attorney. She's very, very wealthy. Her daughter died from an opioid overdose. And so she starts working for this company, a law firm that she thinks did a cover-up. Basically, like the Purdue Pharma thing. It's basically a company like that they represented this company like Purdue Pharma, and she thinks they did a cover-up. And so she goes to start working for this law firm to find out. And that was the whole first season. But then each episode was a different law case, and she just loves law. And so, oh my God, my back is starting to hurt. So the second season starts basically where the first season left off, and it's like her boss finds out what she's up to. And so then it's like, is she working with her, or is she not working with her? I don't know. And then, but it just makes me nervous because you never know, like, is she going to get caught? Alex just came in the kitchen. Is she going to get caught? Like, is somebody going to get mad at her? And, like, you can just tell the season's going to go back and forth between, like, very much like, what's the word they keep on using? Leverage. Like, who has more leverage? Does her boss have more leverage? Does she have more leverage? Like, who's going to go? Like, who's going to destroy each other's life first kind of thing? Like, it's kind of that. But here's the other story to it. So one of the actors that plays one of the main parts in the show, I wouldn't say main part, but he's like in every episode. He's a huge part of it. His partner on the show, but like in real life, he had these SA allegations, and so he got fired from the show, like, pending this investigation immediately. Like, I read this whole article about it, and they, like, the executive producer, like, walked him off the lot and stuff like that, and then she posted this stuff on Instagram with her mom, and then his wife posted this stuff with Instagram. I mean, it's just, anyway. So I was reading the article, because I was like, are they just going to stop the show? And so the article says that he's, like, on the show to, like, they've already filmed all the episodes up to, like, the mid-season break. Well, that's, like, in December. And so then at the mid-season break is when they're apparently going to write him off the show or something. Like, I don't know how it's going to work. But, I mean, he's a pretty big part of the show. So I don't know what's going to happen with that. But anyway. So I watched that last night. I took the dogs out in between that. I wanted to watch. Why am I feeling like there's something I watched that I'm forgetting? I feel like there was something that I watched. I was going to watch The Alabama Solution last night on HBO Max, but it got too late. I was also going to finish Saw 3, but I didn't do that because it got too late. There was something else I watched. I ended up watching 2 episodes of Shetland. I'm so into Shetland. It is just, I mean, I was telling Tanya that, and Tanya's like, I'm having a really hard time getting into it. And I said, I thought you liked it. Because I did at first. She's like, but I'm just like, it's so confusing, and there's so many stories going on at the same time. She's like, there's so many characters. I go, so many characters? I go, there's literally in every episode, there's like five people. I go, I love it. But every time I watch it, I think of what Lisa said. I said this yesterday, because Lisa commented on my vlog, and she's like, she's like on season 9 or something. I don't know how Lisa, I don't know how you sped through it, but she's like, how is there so much crime on this small island? I agree with you, but I love it nonetheless. But as the seasons go on, like, they're very complicated, but they're important stories. Like, the last one was about, like, human trafficking. This season is about, well, it has a lot to do with politics this season and spiritual journeys and stuff like that. I'm only like on the 3rd or 4th, I think the 3rd episode. I think I'm halfway through the season. So I'm on season 6 right now. I just like, and then I get in my head, I'm like, you need to watch something. Like, people are like, why aren't you watching that show about the gay guy in the military? Is it called Boots or something like that on Netflix? I think Alex was going to start that. I was going to watch it. I still haven't watched Wednesday, but I'm kind of like, I feel like I need to see Shetland all the way through. I just love it. Like, I get done with the season, I'm like, okay, I'll wait and watch another season, and then I'm like, no, I just can't. But I'm confusion because, like, Lisa or anybody that's watched Shetland, can you comment on this for me? So the woman that was his supervisor, it's all of a sudden now a new supervisor. Did something happen to her? The one that, like, her partner was a woman and was, like, the district attorney that worked in Glasgow. All of a sudden, she's gone from the show, like, on season 6. And there's now a new woman that's his supervisor. Like, it just, they didn't even explain it. But this woman was on the previous season for, like, 2 seconds. So, like, what happened? I'm confused. Anyway, but I love Shetland so much. So, anyway, watched that. Then I went to bed. Got up this morning. It was so cold. Took the dogs out. Then when Alex left, brought them into the bed. And then Caroline picked me up about 1. And, oh my God, me and the dogs played on the bed forever today before I got ready. Then Caroline and I ran around, went to the post office, went to Costco, walked around Costco forever. I forgot, I was telling her when I got out, I said, oh my God, I wanted to show you these blankets. I think you should get these blankets for everybody for Christmas. And she's like, are they at, I said, yeah, they're at Costco. They're like 30 bucks. I think they might be cheaper than that. They might be like $19.99, which is a steal. So anyway, we walked all around Costco. Something funny I was going to tell you about Costco. Trader Joe's. I didn't even show the stuff in Trader Joe's in the haul because I was like, this is the same stuff I get every week. I mean, I'm sure people are so tired of seeing the same stuff in a Trader Joe's haul. We went to the pet store. Caroline was in the pet store forever, walking around looking at stuff for her dogs. Miss Mabel's doing really good. Miss Mabel loves her mama. And then we went to a couple other places. She's like, do you want to look at any clothes? I said, no, I don't want to spend any money on clothes. I want to buy some flannel shirts, but I really think I want to go to a thrift store to do it because they'll be like kind of old and worn down. And every flannel shirt that I see online is like minimum, like, I mean, ones that I do not like at all are like $19.99, and then like an average one, like on Amazon or some other like websites, are like $37. Well, you can get cheaper stuff like that at J. Crew at the street, or I love LL Bean. There's an outlet up from us, and I want to go there. But like, have you seen some of these flannel shirts that are like $200 and $300? Who is spending $200 and $300 on a flannel shirt? That is a lot of money. But I've got some flannel shirts. So I have this whole row in my closet of stuff that I've still got to go through because like some of it is like still way too small on me, but others is like starting to fit. And I've got some flannel shirts and some Western shirts in there. So I have to go through there and I have to look at it. Okay, Caroline and I got laughing so hard today. So how did it start? Okay, so it started because where were we? I said something to her, and she just looked at me, and she was like, I said, Caroline, you say stuff like that to me all the time. It's just a joke. And she started laughing. And I said, do you not remember with my mom in Chicago? And so we got talking about, so for my mom's 60th birthday, my ex and I, my mom, my Aunt Kathy, and Caroline and I went to Chicago, okay, for a weekend, Friday and Saturday. And Caroline arranged the whole thing. She was talking today. We stayed at the W Hotel on Lakeshore. It was like the first year it was open. It was gorgeous. And Caroline, we walk in, and my Aunt Kathy goes, well, it isn't the Ritz-Carlton. My mom said, like, or the Four Seasons. Caroline's like, I should have just gone the route of the Four. She said it today. She goes, I should have just gone the route of the Ritz-Carlton. It was too modern. My aunt and my mom didn't like it. My mom thought it was kind of cool, but my aunt definitely did not like it. And Caroline and I were talking about how good it smelled in there. And she's like, that's where I got hit on by the swinger. So my mom and my aunt and Caroline shared a room, and my ex and I were in a room together. Well, my aunt and my mom fought like all the time. And so Caroline, we were getting ready for dinner one night. So my mom and my aunt are getting ready for dinner. Her and Caroline, they're all sharing a room. And so they're fighting. So Caroline's like, I'm just going to go down to the bar and have a glass of wine. So she came down the bar, and these like this couple, this swingers couple, like hit on her. And she was real excited about it. She's like, I guess I still have it. So anyway, so all this funny stuff happened on this trip. I mean, it wasn't really funny. Like that night at dinner, my mom and my aunt could fight about literally anything. I mean, literally. And sometimes it would get physical. Because Caroline was like, who put their fingernails into somebody's arm? I said, your mom into my mom's arm. And my mom started crying at the dinner table. We were at this Italian restaurant in like Boys Town. It was this cute Italian restaurant that my aunt had found. My mom and my aunt, they literally could fight over anything. They were like 18 months apart, and they always fought that way. My mom would say, oh, we fought that way ever since we were little kids. We love each other and we fight. They got into it. They were sitting next to each other in this booth, okay? We're around a small table. 2 small tables, I think. And so it was like me, my ex, and my cousin Caroline. My ex had just had his, like, he had just had a ruptured appendix and just had been in the hospital and, like, was almost not going to come on this trip and, like, came on the trip and walked on a cane the entire time. So anyway, my mom and my aunt, like, we're not picking up on it. And they're, like, talking to each other, and then it gets louder and louder and louder. And what it's about is somehow that my mom wanted to look at. She would have already been living here. This was the other thing, was that my aunt drank, and my mom had been sober at that point. But my mom never picked up on, like, maybe my aunt had been drinking a little bit. You know what I mean? And so then it would get this very heated conversation. And then my mom would be like, well, I didn't know. And so my mom looked at her and said something about zero property line. Like, she didn't want to look at it because it had zero property line. My aunt made some comment about this place had zero property line. And my mom goes, no, she said something about, like, in the back it doesn't. And she said, do you even know what zero property line is, or something like that? And that's when Caroline and I both looked up, because we were always, like, separating them. Because Caroline said, I took your mom to the bar to settle her down. I said, yeah, and I could talk to your mom, because I could settle my Aunt Kathy down, and Caroline could settle my mom down. So anyway, so my Aunt Kathy, like, slams this glass down on the table. She goes, I am a realtor. You think I don't know what a zero property line is? And she's like, and she dug her hand into my mom's arm, and my mom started crying. I mean, it was a scene, okay? And she dug her hand, and there you are again. Bye. Hey, your new tree looks so pretty.
Well, it's supposed to grow like 2 feet a year. So
Okay.
I hope.
It'll be tall before you know it.
I hope so.
Hey, you too. She got a new tree. It's really, really pretty. I'll have to take a picture of it and show you guys. So anyway, my aunt dug her fingernails. I mean, my mom, like, you could have marks. My mom starts crying like she's 5 years. She's like, Kathy, what are you doing? And my aunt was like, I don't know what zero property line. It's like a mess, okay? So then, the next day, my mom hadn't paid for one thing the entire trip. Not a dinner, not a cab ride, nothing, right? And it was her birthday. And she would keep on, like, she'd say something like on a cab ride, right? Like, my mom was just such a penny pincher. She would say something on, like, a cab ride, like, or a dinner. Like, well, I can give $1 or $2 for tip. My cousin Caroline had it, okay? So we're sitting in the cab. So this is on the way to, Caroline wanted to go. I said, because you had to go to the Crate and Barrel Outlet Mall in Lincoln, whatever, Lincoln Square, whatever it was. I can't. Anyway, Caroline said, and there was nothing good there anyway. She's like, that's where the Frango Mint thing happened. I said, yeah, we were in the cab. Caroline's in the front of the cab, okay, with the driver. So it's me and my ex, my Aunt Kathy, and my mom in the back seat. And I have these Frango Mints. I've told this story so many times. I said, Caroline, people still send me Frango Mints at Christmas time because of this story. So I opened this Frango Mint. So I grew up, like, my dad, when he had this medical convention, we would stay at the Ritz-Carlton, which was right on top of Marshall Fields and the Water Tower, okay? Which Marshall Fields exclusively sold Frango Mints for years and years and years. So, I'm getting a text. So anyway, when you would go to your bed at night at the Ritz-Carlton, they would have Frango Mints on your pillow. And so I loved Frango Mints. My mom, I would get them for her for Christmas every year. Anyway, so I got a box of Frango Mints that year. And I was like, I opened them in the car, and I said, does anybody want a Frango Mint? Well, everybody wanted one, right? Okay, 5 or 10 minutes later, we're still in this cab ride. And my mom, blah, 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 my aunt's talking the whole time. Okay, so I said, does anybody else want a Frango Mint? My cousin Caroline turns around, and she says, I'll have another one. And my aunt goes, we have each had one, and one is enough for everyone. She was always on Caroline about her weight. And Caroline and I were talking about it today, and she's like, if I gained 5 pounds, she said I was too heavy. If I lost 5 pounds, she'd say I was too thin. She was like, I could never do right about it. So anyway, that was the first thing. Well then, what is going on? So then, what is that? Hold on a second. Alex is... So then, I'm like, anyway, family group text. I'm like trying to like put the pieces together, and it's getting so dark out here, so I gotta hurry the story up. So I had forgotten this, okay? But my mom said something about, okay, so do you guys know the dinner roll story? Okay, so for years and years and years, the dinner rolls have been passed on to me. But my mom always had to get the dinner rolls from Taylor's Bakery. Okay, my aunt and my mom, the dinner rolls for every holiday, Christmas, Easter, Thanksgiving, always had to be from Taylor's Bakery. Well, they're expensive dinner. I mean, they're not really, but like my mom would say, well, it's not like you just get them from the grocery store for $2.99. They're like $8.99 or whatever, but they're these dinner rolls I always had, right? On this trip, my mom had made... Oh my God, the tripod fell, and then I had a hard time getting the leg back up. Anyway, I'm like in my head. Okay, so my mom had made, like on this trip, like, she had made all these comments about like she was gonna tip here and she was gonna tip there, but then she never would. She'd like just dig in her purse, right? Okay, so at some dinner we were having, my mom said something about, well, I can, pitch in or something for like Christmas, or something like that. And Caroline said something about, I don't even know how it happened, but because my aunt would always host like one day, and my mom would say because her place was too small. And so, because the condo was too small for everybody. And so like my aunt would do like Christmas Eve, and like Caroline would do like Christmas Day. And so my mom said, well, I can like buy more stuff since whatever. And then then Caroline would say, fine, let's do it. Like, here's, like this is how much it's going to cost. And my mom would be like, well, that's kind of a lot, Caroline. Like she would offer it, but then she'd back up because she's like this penny pincher, right? And she'd say, and she would always say, well, I'm already getting the dinner rolls. It was always about these damn dinner rolls. Okay. So we're in this car, and I think we're getting out at Crate and Barrel, or getting out at the hotel. I think we're getting out at the hotel after this long day of going shopping and to Crate and Barrel, the outlet mall, and all this kind of stuff. And everybody's had a Frango mint and all this kind of stuff. We're getting out, and Caroline has just had it with my mom and my aunt at this point, right? And so my mom goes, Caroline pays the bill for the taxi. This is before Ubers. And so Caroline pays the cab taxi bill. And so my mom goes, Caroline, do you want me to give you, like, and she's literally going through, like, change, okay, in her purse. And she's got, like, 50 cents out or something like that for Caroline for this tip. And Caroline looks at her and goes, save it for the dinner rolls. So anyway, that was the Chicago story. And then today Caroline was like, I should have gone the route of Ritz-Carlton. She goes, I was never going to win by the W Hotel. We love the W Hotel. I still love the W Hotel to this day. It was so cool. That first one at Lakeshore Drive, if you've never stayed in it. I don't know. I haven't stayed in there for years. I don't know what it's like now, but it was so cool back in the day. It smelled fantastic. I remember they had in the room, this is so old school. God, what year would that have been? So my mom was born in 43. So this would have been 03, because that would have been her 60th birthday, right? 43 to 53. Yeah, it would have been 03. So in the room, they have like CD player like things, and they have like this W Hotel. I still have it in the basement. They had this W Hotel like CD that had all this loungy music in, and I remember my ex and I bought one because we love the music on it so much. But anyway, I still have it in the basement in all my CDs that I haven't gotten rid of. But anyway, it's like this red and black. I can see it in my head. It's like this red and black CD case. Anyway, I love that W. I thought it was beautiful. Oh my God, the view looked right over like the water. It was gorgeous. So anyway, if you ever get a chance in Chicago, I mean, there's 10 times better hotels too, like the Peninsula and stuff like that. But that hotel is a really cool hotel in Chicago. Alex loves, I don't even know if it's around anymore, the Public Hotel in Chicago. But actually, Alex and I stayed at the Ritz-Carlton a couple years ago because he went up there for a work conference, and it was like at the Ritz, and so we stayed there. I was not like, it didn't remind me of, like, it felt very sterile compared to when I was like a kid and I would go there with my dad. Like, it was cool when I went there with my dad, but it felt very sterile when I went up there. I like kind of like artsy, boutique, different hotels today. But anyway, so that was Caroline and I got laughing so hard about that trip. She's like, oh my God. She's like, I tried to plan that trip so perfectly, and they were both of them, so upset about everything. And then I was telling Caroline when we were coming in the neighborhood today, I said, oh my God, I was telling people in my vlog about how you think inflatable Halloween decorate. We were driving by the house right outside here that I thought was Pirates, but it's not Pirates. And I said, I was telling people in my vlog about how you think inflatable decoration. She can be so rude sometimes. I think the inflatable decorations are cute. I like them. But I was telling my vlog about how you think the inflatable decorations are kind of tacky. And I said, and a couple people agreed with you, because a couple of you guys were like, oh, I agree with Caroline, I hate those inflatable decorations. Because a couple of them, it was so windy today, had just like fallen, like all through the neighborhood had just fallen down, you know, on the side, and were deflated and stuff. And we drive by this house, and this house is cute. I mean, it's got like skeletons walking and stuff like that. And Caroline goes, did I say that? And I go, did you say what? That you think the inflatable ones are tacky? And I said, yeah, you said that. And she goes, I think all of it's tacky. I go, you think all of it? The battery just went to the halfway mark. I said, you think all of the Halloween decorations are tacky? She goes, all of it. I go, you with your wooden, I love the Halloween decorations. I go, you with your wooden, what do you call it, wreath that you bought at Sullivan's Nursery. I said, you probably took that down. She goes, I did, because I was afraid it was going to blow away, and it cost me $65. She said, I hate all that. It's all tacky, all that Halloween decoration stuff. I go, Caroline, it's so cute. She started laughing at me. So we had such a good day. The leaves are changing like crazy. You guys, I have to show you this. Now, I know, like, it's like dark already, but when you, on camera, I don't know why it doesn't show up on camera this way. You guys are like, no, it looks like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It truly does, and don't call me Truly Brown. But look at that tree, how beautiful it is. If I show the first, okay, there you can, do you see like when I scan right over immediately? Watch. That's how dark it is immediately. And then it like, the light. But do you guys see? It's like, okay, when I scan over there, that's how dark it is at first. Do you see? Okay. I don't know what it is with the filter, but isn't that tree so pretty? I think that tree is so pretty. Okay, well, it's getting dark out here, and I'm going to go inside and figure out what I'm going to do for dinner, if I'm going to take my walk and stuff like that. The wind has completely died down, so it's a good night for a walk, but... Oh, I got to get my other videos up. I've only posted my... Oh my God, I filmed 6 videos today, and I only posted my Peter Does Stuff videos. The other videos, I was like, I have all the thumbnails made. Do I? Yeah, I have all the thumbnails made, but I gotta still publish them and post them. So I'll go do that right now. And then, while I'm rendering this vlog, and then once the vlog is done rendering, then I'll go for my walk, and then I'll eat, take a little nap, have a little cozy evening. So anyway, let me know what you guys are doing in the comment section below. Can you believe it's halfway through the week already? Tomorrow night, Alex has his meeting, so he won't be home till like 8:30 or 9. So if it's super cold tomorrow, I can vlog inside. Well, he doesn't even care. He's like, I said to him tonight, I said, it's so cold outside. He goes, you can vlog inside. I was like, I know, babe. I said, but I just like to, like, even if he's got his AirPods in, I sometimes feel like, he's just like upstairs with the dogs. You know what I mean? Like, and, oh, by the way, one of Alex's coworkers and her husband watch my vlog, so I just want to say hi. Tell me, she told Alex she wants a coffee cup that I was showing in my video. I did not know that she watches my videos, okay? First of all, I got very embarrassed when he told me. But she was like, I want this coffee cup that Peter was talking about. And I was like, what coffee cup? He's like, I don't know, some coffee cup you were talking about in your video. I was like, maybe the Natural Life ones? So let Alex know which coffee cup you were talking about, okay? Just let him know. Anyway, maybe I'll get you a little present. Anyway, yeah, so that's it. I hope you guys are having let me know what you're doing in the comment section below. I hope you guys are having a magically amazing Wednesday. If nobody else has told you this today, I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya.